Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Squat Cobbler. I am Dr. Mike, an official pagan on everything, and joining me, as always,
Hi, everybody. This is Roll Deep, Mr. Deep to Mike. To everybody else, I'm at KELLYTHUL on Twitter and Instagram. And I get it this time. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notifications, and buy a damn shirt.
see, I say it less threatening than you.
Yeah, that's true. You're the kinder, gentler host.
It's true. I'm the nice guy. I'm the good cop. He's the bad cop.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, we're going to keep this one short, which usually means it goes on for an hour. So there's been some more Arcade1UP stuff that's going on. We talked a little bit about the different cabinets they have coming with Simpsons and Terminator and all that good stuff. But now there's been a whole new line of leaked pictures that not so much leaked this time. It's just placeholders on Amazon for different products that are going to be coming out, I guess, right before the holidays, probably. That's going to include two new cocktail cabinets, which are basically cocktail versions of the legacy cabinets. So you're getting a midway legacy cocktail cabinet, which has the Mortal Kombat artwork on it, and a Capcom legacy cocktail cabinet, which has the Street Fighter artwork on it. And I'm excited because the newer cocktail cabinets they're doing, they've for a second time now increased the height. So these are real cocktail cabinet heights now, finally. That's something where you don't want to scale it down too far and have people too hunched over. And that was a problem with their first round they did. There was a lot of aftermarket solutions for that people were using. All of that looks fine, but I don't want to have to like build scaffolding to make this thing usable. So the next round they did were a little taller, and now apparently these are another couple inches on top of that, so they're at a normal, reasonable height now. So that's definitely something I'm interested in. Maybe not for the Mortal Kombat one. I think I'd prefer stand up for that. But the Capcom one, I'm definitely interested in, with 12 games on there. So that's pretty cool because now I have a few different options for a possible Street Fighter cabinet with the two different variations of the Capcom Legacy cabinet as well as the Big Blue Street Fighter cabinet that's coming out. So those are all interesting choices. But also, we saw a little more of the Tron cabinet, which we already knew was coming, but it is going to have like the light up joystick and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Most interesting, I think, there was a whole new line of their countercades, which is their answer to the bar top arcades. A little bit smaller than the bar top units of, say, like if you were to use an iArcade as a bar top or the Unico as a bar top and things like that, which are basically just the top of their cabinet without the base to it. These are scaled down a little bit, but a lot of interesting ones coming out, including Mortal Kombat, NBA Jam, more Pac-Man variations and things like that. Did any of this stuff catch your eye, sir?
So I really wish, from a cocktail standpoint, the fighting games and the battle and the kind of the interaction there. Love the games; those are fun to play. Those do feel to me, kind of mentioned it even a little bit yourself. Those feel a little bit more like stand-up experiences to a large degree. The cocktail table kind of stuff, I think about Joust, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, some of those types. Quicks would be another really good example. Those led. So if there are ones going down that road, I probably would be a little more interested, because I think in terms of form factor, the best bet for me in terms of an addition is a normal human sized cocktail gaming table would be really cool. So that would be good. The 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 table, the stuff for the tables, I do struggle a little bit with the scale, a little bit, because I'm just not as sold to go down a form factor, but it does make sense depending on where you're going forward with, for it to be a little bit more that you can go in. But again, I think given your confines are a little tighter there, that again lends itself better to the Pac-Mans of the world and some of these types of things where you've got a joystick, you're just that's it. You're moving the joystick and that's it, versus having to hit 6 different buttons and move around and do all those things. So I'm the form factor of the cocktail tables has me really interested. I'm just waiting for a different game selection, and I'm probably good in terms of not putting anything on the table right now. How about you? I mean, I know Street
So
Fighter choices are big for you.
yes, I have all my Street Fighter options out there now. For the first time, I'm more considering one of the bar tops now. So a couple of things are different about this round of bar tops, and they are a little pricier. They're still under $200 from the announced prices. A little bit pricier though, but they seem to be better quality. They're a little bit bigger. Specifically the joystick areas are a little wider. They stick out wider, so for the two-player games, you can at least have two people there. Another thing, they have light up marquees now, which they didn't previously, so that's interesting for such a small design to still fit in the light up marquee for that. But another interesting thing, like you said, form factor wise, lending itself to something more like Pac-Man, these have a USB port on the side for a USB controller. So you can add a player playing with a USB controller kind of sitting more comfortably next to someone else. So you're not crowding each other when you're playing. So I do like that as well.
Yeah, it's not a bad addition at all.
Yeah, so I thought that was smart. Another thing that I like, particularly the one that's really catch my eye, is NBA Jam. So I'm a huge NBA Jam fan. Not a sports guy in real life. Love basketball video games though. And of all the sports, like basketball the least in real life, but love basketball video games. I was even in NBA Jam tournaments and stuff as a kid. I was so excited when they announced the NBA Jam cabinet, the 4-player cabinet they did, which looks beautiful. Looks incredible. It's got a light up marquee. There's an edition of it with light up buttons and things as well. Could not bring myself to give up the money or the floor space though. The $400 price tag and of course the larger footprint of it. And it's only 80% of the content from the game. That's one of the reasons that NBA Jam games haven't been around for a while, that series. Most of the teams are very different now. All those players are retired. Some of those teams have switched cities. Some of those teams don't exist anymore. So it was extremely difficult for them to get the licensing to do NBA Jam. And that was something that they had worked on for a very long time. And even at that, and as good as the cabinet looks, they themselves said it's only about 80% of the content from the game that they were able to actually license. So it's most of it. But for me to drop $400 on another cabinet and give up a 4-player cabinet size footprint, I can't do it for 80% of the game. Now, a scaled down bar top style one for under $200, and especially if I can get it on sale or get a gift card or something like that around the holidays, I could see picking that up for something a more reasonable price like that and still have some sort of an NBA Jam cabinet because I do love that game.
That's a good point. I hadn't really thought about it, but a bar top NBA Jam that particularly at the price point we're talking, that could be in consideration. That would actually be pretty cool. I'll have to take a little bit closer look at that.
Yeah, and at below 200, especially, like I said, if I catch it on sale, and there is usually good sales on these things. Each of the Arcade1UP cabinets I caught on a sale of at least $50 off the retail price. So, if these are coming in a little under 200, if I catch that at $50 off, we're talking less than $150, probably a little over $100. That's fine. I'm willing to spend that on a bar top NBA Jam, even if it is missing some stuff.
So if folks go to the Arcade1UP site right now, how much evidence are they going to see? Or is this all still, we now have a much higher degree of confidence it's come for holiday season, but there's no pre-orders or any of that kind of stuff?
There's no pre-orders up. These are all placeholders on Amazon, which is interesting because Amazon hasn't really been a big marketplace for Arcade1UP. They have some Arcade1UP stuff on there, but they've really been more about selling directly from themselves and then through Walmart, GameStop, things like that, which is odd because you think that Amazon would be an obvious choice for that, but Amazon really doesn't have a lot of home arcade stuff on there.
No,
they do have body bags though.
Yes, yeah, we'll include a little picture of that for the folks. This is a true story, but as I pointed out, so Mike's getting, as he does from time to time, a little whiny about, I got a body bag offer because I was looking for garbage bags. But I pointed out to you that perhaps they're looking at your wish list, and it was there. And so they were just trying to stay ahead of the curve. So there's that.
This is how dark Kelly is. It was like, I was looking for garbage bags and it sent me this recommendation. He said, all human life is garbage.
And once again, the Michael I counter makes an appearance. Now much better animated with the new video software I'm using, by the way, folks. So keep them coming, Mike. I'm ready for you. Well, this is Roll Deep, Mr. Deep to Mike, saying thanks for listening, folks.
Thanks, everybody.